What's up, dudes and dudettes in the internet? My name's Scythe, and we are back again for some more Planet Centauri. Look at our ugly face. Look at that. We got a weird little mask right here. I just wanted to show you all it because it's disgusting. Otherwise, I actually really like this tiger mask, or there's this one right here, which is kind of like, well, it does make us look a little bit more threatening. However, out of the two golden masks, for some weird reason, it seems like there are not, like, you're not able to deconstruct every piece of gear. You can only deconstruct this helmet and not the skull that we're actually rocking. Same actually applies for the silver set of gear as well. So as we were down in the beautiful lava biome, ended up getting tons of different resources, including this weird random mask. Not really anything worth noting, honestly. I was trying to save up so that we could get ourselves enough amethyst, but unfortunately I didn't have enough. We've got 3 of these triangle amethysts, and we actually need 10 of them in order to get the most powerful one. I also figured out how we actually use these chloridians. You assign them a job, and then you end up crafting the associated table with the current character. So for example, this man right here, as you can see, he's producing potions more than we ever could because he's skipping the middleman and crafting more health potions than we ever could. So very, very amazing. Very, very cool. The cook does not seem to be producing that much food, unfortunately, but hey, whatever. And then I just sent this guy to be the smithy. So I just put a bunch of ore in there. Not sure if that's how we actually do it. However, it seems like you can't put the wrong resources into a certain area. Now, a couple other, oh, you idiots! No! All right, whatever. I guess they're dead then. I don't know how he got down here. Whatever. We got a chef cooking at the bottom of the world now. Okay. Cool. So anyway, I spent a lot of time, obviously, setting all of this up so that we have a nice handy little shortcut. That guy always gets real close to us, but don't worry, he actually can't bite us. And some very cool stuff has been going on down here at the bottom of the earth, which, by the way, if you're wondering why we're not dying, we are using the butterfly gem, which gives us no fall damage. So it's just so handy for getting all the way down here, and if I ever need to warp out, I just save and quit. But yeah, so I set up one of our Chloridian dudes as a guardian. That was a big mistake because he went outside and he got wrecked by the weakest zombie you've ever seen. So yeah, but you remember in the last episode when I was talking about, like, just saying, like, I was just kind of saying in passive, hey, my experience keeps getting sucked away by something. Wouldn't that be cool if there was actually something doing that and it wasn't just a bug? Because I just thought that it was a bug, right? Look at all these creatures. My goodness gracious. Look at all that XP just hanging out right there. So what I've been doing is usually I set up a 2-wide gap right here just so I can destroy things. But look at this. There's actually a weird dark portal that requires 6,000 experience. I haven't walked up to it and tried to interact with it, but as you can see, it wasn't a glitch at all. It actually is something stealing away all of the experience that all these creatures drop. So you can see it's just going down like crazy. Hopefully these guys will actually be enough for us to fully get the experience, but I really wanted to do this on camera with all of you because I didn't want to end up cheating my way into doing it off camera. That would just be like not cool because who knows what's gonna actually happen. It's very exciting though that there is actually a sense of mystery down here rather than just killing all these creatures for nothing, which, not to say we killed them all for nothing, but it still ends up being worthwhile. Can we use our experience on it? No, we cannot. So I'm actually gonna have to hang out here for quite a little bit, it seems. Whoops, I don't want to do that. I want to do manual mode, please. Okay. Well, I guess that means I'm gonna have to start getting a bunch of these, bunch of the experience ready and stuff. I did want to show you this though. The boomerangs actually don't have nearly as much, like it says it has a 20-second cooldown. No, it doesn't. You can just spam it over and over again, and it's actually not too bad. It's pretty good as a ranged weapon. It kind of operates the same as the chakras do in Terraria, so that's not bad. Then there is also, we swapped over to this sword, which is a Vorpal Blade, which has 8+6 and a ton of knockback, apparently, even though it doesn't actually knock anything back, and then just more cut damage in general. And overall, we've been finding some real crazy gear off of all of these creatures. I've explored the map both both to the right all the way and to the left all the way. But before I end up stopping to go and get some of the experience, I'm just going to show you what I ended up doing right here, as well as something very, very cool that I don't know if we can actually interact with. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, maybe we're supposed to be doing it later or something like that. But if we just keep going to the left, which hopefully it's not as far as I think it is, which I think it might secretly be really, really far. Man, these guys really keep up well, don't they? It seems like we're outrunning them, though. Yeah, we actually are. Maybe that's what the agility stat does then, because otherwise, normally, I'm not running these guys, or outrunning these guys. They actually keep up very, very easily. I'm really hoping it's not too far away, but anyways, what I ended up finding was way over on the left side of the map. I since haven't checked the right side. Maybe it's there. Maybe there is something else over on the right side of the map, and I just overlooked it. But it seemed like... Get Shrek'd, weirdo. We got so much gold bars, by the way. There was actually a strange, like, weapon sitting in the lava. Now, I don't know if there's a way to actually dig that out. I don't know if there's a way to actually interact with it. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I don't know, but it's very, very cool. There's so many weird mysteries down here. I would hope that it's going to end up being like one of the strongest weapons in the game, and that hopefully we'll be able to actually interact with it. But as you can see, doing all of this that I've done down here, there it is, took me like such a long time. But yeah, as you can see, it's right down there. Do we have any healing potions? We got a legendary healing potion I do not want to use. Do we have just any generic regeneration potion? That one's for strength. That one's a large healing potion. Well, let's just do this, just so that we don't die right away. Phoenix sword. Yes, we actually did dig it out. What is it? Where is it? Where'd you hide it? Guardian sword? No, that's not the Phoenix sword. Where did you hide it, game? Oh man, this inventory. Oh, there it is. Jeez. Okay, so 812. So it is actually. Whoa. Not only does it have insane damage off of it, contains the soul of the Phoenix, and it actually levels up? Okay. Oh, it looks cool too. Let's see how much damage. It's doing 20 damage, so it's about the same as the other sword. That's a little bit more than 20 damage. It says it's 20 damage, but that was way over 20 damage. Like, seriously? Oh, I see, because it's causing fire damage to him too, and we don't actually see the numbers that are being calculated for that. However, it is killing them quite quickly. Not necessarily this guy, however, he is a butcher, so these guys are definitely a lot more tanky than some of the other enemies. But that's pretty cool, man. Did it level up once yet? No, it's still got 0 experience. That's really weird. Is there some type of technique that we are supposed to be able to do with it? Maybe a special move? See, what confuses me about this game is there's all sorts of weird different keys that the game doesn't seem to actually tell you. You know, like, it seems like it says it contains the soul of the Phoenix, and it's level 1, and it's got HP and everything like that, which tells me that there's supposed to be some way of actually using this sword to summon the Phoenix, which would be very, very cool, but unfortunately, I don't know what the button is for it. I've messed around with all the different types of buttons. Maybe it just simply isn't implemented yet, but the fact of the matter is that it's the same as whenever I would transform into a zombie as well. For some strange reason, I couldn't figure out for the life of me what the attack button actually was, you know? It's really weird, though. I wish that there was a middle mouse button. No, that just swaps it over in our hotbar. I don't know what it's about, but whatever. I guess I'll just keep messing around with it. And before we end up taking all of today's episode, I do want to end up killing a bunch of these creatures over here by the black hole. So I'm just going to lure all these guys, and hopefully we'll be able to see what's actually inside that thing. That was surprisingly easy. I killed like 2 enemies, and then this other, I guess, super dog enemy I killed ended up giving enough experience and then some, and now it just says we can just interact with it. Couldn't figure out for the life of me what we're actually supposed to do with this Phoenix sword, but... What? What are you? Oh my goodness gracious! This must be like the last boss or something. I can't see because of my screeny weenie buttons. Oh my goodness! What? Why randomly out of nowhere? Oh, Whoa! Okay, you are beautiful. I'm gonna spam my potions, though. Wow, this guy sucks. He's like super duper strong. He's got so much health to him. I don't know if we can do this. I mean, maybe we can secretly? Yeah, I don't know if we got this. I don't know if we got this, folks. Let me see if I can get our spell up over here, because this thing... Ah! No! Cheater! Okay, okay. This guy's got way too much, like, what are we supposed to actually do? Ow! We can't even dodge his attacks, man! What was that? Okay, so when this game throws a boss fight at you, you just fail hardcore for all the wrong reasons. Like, seriously, that wasn't good. That was bad. Life potion, life bonus? Who cares? All right, let's see if we can do something. Well, we got a life regeneration potion here. We got a consumable of 500 life, so that'll actually heal us instantly. Then we got a bunch of garbage potions. I wish you could actually pause in this game. That, I think, would be essential to actually winning, because I'm finding more often than not, I'm mostly just getting cluttered up with the controls rather than actually running into any desperate issues. Let's try, I guess we'll start using our boomerang on this enemy, just because otherwise he's gonna keep giving us trouble. Maybe? Will we be able to actually take him? I honestly don't know. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I think personally that if we could end up getting just enough energy potions, we could totally end up taking him, because we would throw our lightning at him. Also, I saw that weird, man, that gives me a seizure. I saw that weird chest that was sitting beside him as well. So we're gonna see whether or not we can actually get over to there. It's too bad they didn't have like a fight the boss continuation thing, because otherwise this is gonna get old. Oh man, please don't tell me that this game is evil like that and it's gonna be like, you need even more experience before you can enter the portal. That would be awful. Yes, indeed it would. Get out of here, you guys are beautiful, but okay. I'm ready for you. I'm ready. Okay, so long as we dash, it's all good, but man alive, that's just not... Oh, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's locked. That is the victorious chest that we will get from him when we end up winning. However, we don't know. There's no way that I can actually dodge this guy. Is our lightning even hitting him? I don't think that it is. Jeez Louise, see how overpowered this lightning actually is when it works? Yeah, we're just dead again. We're just dead again. Not to mention our idiot character, for some dumb reason, like I'm spamming the double jump, but he just won't do it either, like seriously. Okay, so spells is definitely not the way to go. I guess the other thing that we could end up testing is I do definitely have to see, can we actually put blocks down on the ground? I think maybe we would be able to. However, that gigantic fireball of his, you know, is gonna end up killing things. It's gonna kill us like super duper easy. Let's see, how many of these potions do we got? That's just a life bonus potion. That's useless to me. This is just 50 health, which is not really that big of a deal either, but yeah, and look at our characters all getting stuck up there like a bunch of morons. Jeez. I know we're not actually supposed to be fighting this guy, but I'm just overly curious whether or not, oh, pardon me, whether or not it's something that we can even do in the first place. If we could actually access this Phoenix sword, that would be fantastic, but I have no idea how to actually do that, because I don't know what the controls are. I mean, I do know what the controls are. There's no control for it. That's the key. Can you please just go down the holes that I tell you to? There you go, Buster. Okay, let's try this one more time, and then I guess that's pretty much it. Maybe I'll just keep testing things out. Can you get down the hole? Almost dead for all the wrong reasons. Is that actually a respawned chest, or is that just a mimic? This is some weird super enemy, too. Are we on manual or automatic? Okay, thanks, Mimic, for one-shotting me. I guess forget it. I'm not even gonna attempt that boss. So I guess I'll just keep messing around, see what else I can do, because in all honesty, we're getting really close to, like, there isn't anything else that we can do. That's the thing. The only things that we can do is there is still the forest biome that's all the way on our right, and then there's just beating one of the dungeon bosses, which we've ran into 2 different dungeons so far, one in the ice biome, one in this main biome. I'm guessing there's one in the desert and one in the forest biome. And then other than that, it's just that last boss, which, as you can clearly see, like, we can't even beat him unless there's like some type of ultimate strategy or just building blocks around them or something. But either way, I'm just gonna keep experimenting, hopefully be able to find something interesting that we can come back to. All right, everybody. So this is actually a couple days after. Like in real life, I actually took a couple days off of this game because I've been trying as hard as I can. I can't seem to beat any of the bosses. I can't beat the dungeon boss. I can't beat the fire boss. However, I have discovered a couple very interesting things that we will talk about in a minute. But in general, I don't know if those bosses are possible, or at least not for me, because it seems like, by the way, I got like tons more of these Chloridian guys. It seems like the bosses don't have a limitation on the amount of minions that they can spawn. So as you're going further and further into the battle, you are just getting more and more overwhelmed by the amount of enemies that just keep spawning out. And unfortunately, you can't really kill them fast enough in order to keep focusing on the boss. Now, especially with the big guy down in the basement, he is just crazy because he's got, he's got telegraphed attacks, sure. And if we were just focusing on him, I think the boss fight would already be impossible or difficult enough, not impossible, because of the amount of damage that he ends up outputting. But the fact of the matter is, he just spawns so many minions, you just get overwhelmed, and it's just like GG. Out of all the things that I did do off camera, though, where is it? Well, maybe it's not here in my inventory for some weird reason. But I crafted us a bow, and I was trying out the ranged attacks. Seems like it's pretty good. It actually caused quite a bit of damage while allowing us to keep a distance from the boss. But it didn't really hold for very long because eventually we just got overwhelmed, and then GG, we just got killed. I ended up finally crafting the ultimate soul gem. I have no idea what the difference is in the soul gems, because even with that super powerful soul gem, which costed more amethyst than I care to gather, not only can we only still summon 1 minion at a time, we couldn't even capture one of those giant gorillas over in the frost biome on the left. Like, it sucks. It didn't do anything, okay? The other thing, too, that I discovered was with all of these creatures that we transform into, the reason why I couldn't actually do any of the basic attacks while we were transformed. I talked about this. I don't know if we showed it on camera, but that's because right now, like, we're hovering over our sword right here, and I actually have this associated with left click, same as any video game, same as Terraria. But unfortunately in this game, for some weird reason, left and right click are actually reversed default. So we would actually right click to use what's in our hotbar, and left click would be for our torch or whatever weapon we're using, which I guess would be fine, but I'm not really used to it, so I didn't really want to swap over. Now, unfortunately, there seems to be a little bit of a bug because right click, it's like the control when you're transformed is always going to, like, right click is always going to disable the spell, whether or not you have it selected or not. So I ended up reversing my controls, and suddenly we were able to attack while transformed and stuff like that. The other thing too, and this is kind of got to do with the boss fights and stuff like that, is that originally I was very excited, very pumped that we were actually gaining experience because I thought we were going to be leveling up our character. We were only getting different super moves and stuff like that. And although they're all cool and stuff like that, I originally thought that we were going to be leveling up because, unfortunately, with the limited amount of gear that they have in the game right now, it means that there is a maximum amount of damage as opposed to leveling up our character. Now, if we have minions or allies and stuff like that, they can level up. So potentially they could end up being stronger than us. And especially if you end up getting like, because they have more health than us, they can do more damage than us, etc. So maybe that would be the proper way to go to beating the boss, is just get yourself an overwhelming pet or something like that. Oh, so you can dry your meat. Because right now, I just don't have the time, that was good, to commit to leveling up our creatures. I did actually contact the devs, and they told me, they linked me to a post that was already on the Steam community forums already, saying how you just gotta take the Phoenix sword and you put it in your pet slot, and that's how we actually get ourselves the Phoenix. So it's a trade-off, right? You can either have the pet or have the sword. I would rather have the pet because he's stronger than we are, and if we level him up enough, he could potentially end up being very powerful. He teleports, more often than not, he'll usually miss his target, but if we're fighting boss, I think we wouldn't have much of a problem. Last but not least, the only thing that we really had left outside of fighting the bosses was going into the forest biome that was way over on the right. I did go over there. Typical enemies, there's some new resources, but not really anything that helps us in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't really make us stronger or anything. And as you can see here, this Phoenix, I think he's still only level 1, yeah. And he's actually doing like as much damage as we were doing and stuff. And overall, I've been going through the world, I freed tons of these dudes, and I have them like outputting... Oh, what happened to all my food? Well, I have them outputting potions and stuff like that, and I don't really want to go through the world gathering as many flowers as I can so that we could potion spam bosses, That's not really something that I just personally find appealing. And in general, I think we've experienced enough of this game, at least for myself personally, because I know it kind of sucks to call it on a cliffhanger and say, oh, I quit. We're not going to beat those bosses. I know that sucks, but in all honesty, they're just so tedious that I fought that boss over and over and over again to the point where it's not even fun, because it's like, it's beyond challenging. And there may be some secret strategy or a secret weapon or armor or something that makes the game super duper easy. There is still this super gold armor down here, but I think it's kind of a counterintuitive system where it looks like we're gonna need that Bone Dragon's dragon scales in order to craft the best armor, which we could definitely use right now on the boss, which is a format that Terraria uses throughout the entire game. And that's something that personally I've never really liked about Terraria, is the fact that you're never strong enough until you end up beating a boss, then you finally get stronger, and then the next boss is even stronger than that, thus repeating the cycle until you get to the end, and then you can enjoy the game. I don't know. But anyway, that's already it, everybody. We are going to call the series here. We can always come back to this one as it further develops, but I don't know if I will get the chance, just because I got my hands full. I got lots of games that are coming out very recently, and this was kind of just a on the side series. And I mean, look at all these guys that we've got in our town here. I think I've experienced enough of this game for a while. We might come back to it another time, but I don't really care about beating those bosses, so I'm sorry about just calling it right there, everybody, and kind of quitting on it. But hey, whatever. Either way, I just wanted to clue you all in on that, because I took a couple days to think about it, because otherwise I rage quit like after the bosses, and I felt like, nah, that's not really what I want to end the series on, so I'd rather just end it, after I kind of took a break from the game and just kind of played it just for fun for a little bit and experimented a little bit more with the systems and the questions that I had while, I didn't really know the answer to them. But either way, thanks for watching, everybody. That's enough rambling from old Scythe Poo. I very much appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the series up to this point. Links are in the description for everything, as it has been since day one. Do not forget to Hadouken the like button for me, share, favorite, and subscribe to join Team Pixel Sado, and stay epic, everybody.
Believe in yourself.